Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the surface of the vast Pacific Ocean? A place that spans more than 63 million square miles, deeper than Mount Everest is tall, is home to bizarre creatures, lost civilizations, and sounds no human has ever explained. Today, we dive deep into the Pacific, not just for its beauty, but for its secrets. From vanishing ships and mysterious islands to ancient underwater cities, and unknown anomalies echoing from the deep, this is the unsolved mysteries of the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest body of water on Earth. It holds more than half of the world's ocean water and stretches from Asia and Australia to the Americas. Its deepest point, the Mariana Trench, plunges nearly 7 miles below sea level. That's deeper than any known point on Earth, and sunlight has never touched its floor. But despite its size, it remains one of the least explored places on our planet. In fact, more is known about the surface of Mars than the ocean floor beneath the Pacific. And within its immense, uncharted depths, the Pacific holds secrets that have baffled scientists, historians, and sailors for generations. On July 2nd, 1937, famed aviator Amelia Earhart took off from Papua New Guinea in her twin-engine Lockheed Electra. She was on the final stretch of her attempt to circumnavigate the globe. She was expected to land on Howland Island, a tiny speck in the Pacific, but somewhere over the vast blue, she and her navigator, Fred Noonan, disappeared without a trace, despite one of the most extensive search efforts in history, led by the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard. No confirmed wreckage or remains were ever found. Over the decades, dozens of theories have emerged. Some believe she ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. Others think she may have landed on Gardner Island and died as a castaway. Some even suggest she was captured and held as a spy. Each year, new expeditions are launched, scouring the Pacific for answers. But so far, the ocean keeps her secret. In 1997, deep in the South Pacific, NOAA, the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, picked up a strange and powerful underwater sound. It was dubbed the Bloop. It was the loudest underwater sound ever recorded by humans, detected over 3,000 miles apart. The sound was ultra-low frequency, rising rapidly in pitch. It didn't match any known animal, geological, or human-made noise. For years, theories swirled. Could it be a colossal, unknown marine creature? Was it the Pacific's answer to the Kraken? In 2012, NOAA suggested it was likely the sound of an ice quake, icebergs cracking and splitting. But many scientists and listeners remain skeptical. If it was just ice, why has such a sound never been heard again, with the same intensity in the same place? The origin of the Bloop remains one of the ocean's strangest mysteries. In the late 1940s, a chilling distress call echoed across the Pacific from a Dutch cargo vessel called the SS Ourang Medan. The message was terrifying. All officers, including the captain, are dead, lie in the chart room and bridge. Possibly the whole crew died. Moments later, a final transmission. I die. When a nearby ship arrived, the Ourang Medan was found drifting. Everyone on board was dead, their bodies frozen in terror, eyes wide open, faces contorted in agony. Even the ship's dog had perished, teeth bared. Before a full investigation could begin, the ship suddenly exploded and sank. Some suggest a cargo of hazardous chemicals caused the deaths. Others blame carbon monoxide poisoning. But no records confirm the Ourang Medan ever officially existed. Was it erased from maritime logs on purpose? Or did it sail from a place unknown? The tale lives on part ghost story, part warning. On maps dating from the 16th to 19th centuries, a small island named Bermeja appears in the Pacific-adjacent Gulf of Mexico. But when Mexico tried to locate it in 1997 for strategic oil-related reasons, it was gone. Satellite imaging, underwater scans, and expeditions turned up nothing. Had the island sunk due to rising seas or erosion? Or was it never real to begin with? Some conspiracy theorists believe the island was deliberately destroyed by foreign powers to change international borders. Others claim it was always a cartographic error. Yet, historical maps show the island in nearly the same spot for centuries. Bermeja's disappearance is a maritime riddle no one can solve. Before Atlantis, there was Mu, First proposed in the 19th century by writer Augustus Luplongeon, Mu was believed to be a massive continent that once spanned Pacific Ocean. According to him and later followers, Mu was the birthplace of advanced civilizations that later influenced Egypt, India, and the Americas. Mu allegedly vanished beneath the waves in a sudden catastrophe, earthquakes, floods, or something worse. Most scientists dismiss the idea of Mu as pseudoscience, pointing to the lack of geological evidence. Yet, ruins across the Pacific, from Easter Island to the temples of Nan Madol, continue to spark questions. Could there be a lost chapter of human history drowned beneath the Pacific? The Mariana Trench is the deepest known part of Earth's oceans. At its deepest point, the Challenger Deep, it descends nearly 36,000 feet below the surface. That's over a mile deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Temperatures approach freezing. The pressure would crush most machines. Light cannot penetrate the black abyss. And yet, life thrives. In recent years, explorers have discovered strange jellyfish, shrimp-like creatures that survive on toxic chemicals, and even organisms that can digest plastic. Some sonar scans have picked up large moving shapes, bigger than whales, traveling at strange speeds. And then there are the sounds, unknown metallic noises, deep reverberations unlike any marine life. It begs the question, what else lives down there, hidden from our eyes? Off the island of Pohnpei in Micronesia lies the ancient city of Nan Madol, built on a coral reef. It consists of nearly 100 artificial islets, constructed with basalt stones weighing up to 50 tons each. There are no written records of how it was built, no known tools or cranes. Yet the city resembles a lost Venice, complete with canals. Local legend says twin sorcerers flew the stones into place. Historians believe it may have been the ceremonial and political center of the Saudeleur dynasty around 1100 AD. But the city was abandoned, and no one knows why. Disease? Invasion? A curse? Some archaeologists believe parts of Nan Madol now lie underwater, hinting at rising seas or subsidence. Was this one of many cities lost in the Pacific? East of Japan lies a stretch of ocean known as the Devil's Sea, or the Dragon's Triangle. It's often compared to the infamous Bermuda Triangle, and for good reason. This area, stretching from the Japanese coast to the Bonin Islands in Guam, has long been feared by sailors and fishermen. Boats disappear. Aircraft vanish from radar. Compasses fail. In the 1950s, Japan lost 5 military vessels in the zone, along with over 700 crew members. The Japanese government declared the region too dangerous for naval training. Some blame undersea volcanoes and sudden methane gas eruptions. Others whisper about magnetic anomalies or ancient sea spirits. For the superstitious, the Devil's Sea is cursed. For the skeptical, it's simply misunderstood. But whether myth or science, the Dragon's Triangle continues to claim victims. For centuries, Pacific Island cultures have told stories of massive sea beasts, some helpful, others terrifying. The Maori speak of the Tanawa, serpentine guardians that dwell in underwater caves, said to cause storms or rescue those in peril. In Hawaii, there are legends of Mo, giant dragon-like lizards that guard sacred pools and rivers. But it's not just folklore. In the frigid waters off Alaska and British Columbia, sailors have reported sightings of a long, snake-like creature, nicknamed Cadborosaurus or Caddy. Witnesses describe it as over 30 feet long, with a horse-like head and humped back. Some speculate these creatures could be surviving plesiosaurs, or new species yet to be discovered. Marine biologists remain skeptical, citing misidentified whales or eels. Still, the Pacific is vast, and less than 10% of it has been explored. Who's to say what swims below? In 1842, a Polynesian canoe crew visited a small, peaceful island named Tuanaki, located somewhere near the Cook Islands. They met the islanders, traded goods, and left with stories of its beauty. But 2 years later, British explorers searched for Tuanaki, and it was gone. Not just the people, the entire island. No traces remain. It was as if it had never existed. Some believe the island sank after an earthquake or volcanic eruption. Others claim it was a navigation error or myth. But what makes this mystery chilling is how precise the original accounts were. Names of locals, descriptions of homes, even logs from missionaries. Could a habitable island really vanish in just 24 months? If so, how many more are out there waiting to resurface or be forgotten? On March 16, 1962, a Lockheed L-1049 Super Constellation, Flight 739, departed from Guam, headed to the Philippines. On board were 93 U.S. soldiers and 11 crew members. Midway over the Pacific, it vanished without a trace. No mayday call, no wreckage, no oil slick. The U.S. military launched one of the largest air-sea search operations in history. Over 200,000 square miles scanned, but nothing was ever found. Decades later, families of the victims still demand answers. Some suspects sabotage. Others believe the mission had secret objectives and was covered up. Official records remain sealed. Was Flight 739 a casualty of Cold War tension or something even stranger? The Pacific Ocean holds its silence. Off the coast of Yanaguni, Japan, lies one of the most controversial underwater discoveries of the 20th century, a massive, terraced rock structure that resembles a pyramid or temple complex. First discovered by a diver in 1986, the Yanaguni Monument features flat surfaces, sharp right angles, and even what appears to be a staircase. Some geologists claim it a natural formation, carved by tides and earthquakes, but others argue it's man-made, a remnant of a sunken civilization that existed during the last ice age, when sea levels were lower. Adding to the mystery, nearby ruins on land feature similar stonework. If true, Yanaguni would rewrite the timeline of human civilization. Was it part of Mu, or is it a glimpse into another forgotten world? For over a century, Sandy Island appeared on maps between Australia and New Caledonia. Listed on nautical charts, it was said to be 15 miles long. But in 2012, a team of Australian scientists sailed directly to its coordinates. They found nothing, only open ocean, 4,500 feet deep. Sandy Island was promptly removed from maps. But how did it appear on so many charts, from the 1800s to the early 2000s? Was it a volcanic island that sank without a trace? A mapping mistake copied across generations? Or, as some conspiracy theorists claim, was it removed deliberately to hide something? In the digital age, you'd think all Earth's land is accounted for. Sandy Island proves that even now, that's not entirely true. In recent years, U.S. Navy pilots operating over the Pacific have reported unidentified aerial phenomena, fast-moving objects with no visible propulsion, defying the laws of physics. These sightings, some caught on camera, occurred near training zones off California and Hawaii. Objects would hover, zip away, and submerge into the ocean without a splash. In 2020, the Pentagon confirmed the authenticity of these videos, and in 2021, it released a report acknowledging over 140 UAP encounters, many over Pacific. Are they advanced technology, foreign drones, or something not from Earth? Some believe there may be underwater bases, hidden beneath the Pacific, home to visitors we don't understand. The ocean is vast. Its depths could conceal more than we imagine.